Pick him up that post and do some more
Oh, all right. Have to get it cut off next time.
I asked her, you know what, she's sitting right behind you.
Hey, Gloria. Well, I've been. Yeah.
Jerry's wife. Remember when you used to come over to my house and bring his stuff and Uncle Fox and Jerry would go to the gun shows and all, and you used to go with me as a kid. Oh, you don't look at it, you're not. She had her picture in the paper not long ago.
Somebody told me you went and played piano for first of them last night.
Where'd you go, that book? Wish I didn't know it.
Everybody kind of gather around the front. Got a few announcements to make. We'll have a blessing and get ready to eat some of this good food for the prize. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Leon Cook and this is Virgil Smith, and we kind of helped get this thing together this year. I think a quote by Abraham Lincoln is in order this morning. Abraham said one time that you can't please all the people all the time, and I think we may be into that a little bit today. We did have some folks that weren't pleased that we switched sites and didn't come today because of that, and I hate it, but my feeling is where we hold it is really not important. Virgil said this morning we'd hold it out there in the middle of the street, and I've been here, he would have too, and I think most of you have the same feeling. But as a result of the fact we did lose a few people this morning, we talked about it, and we would like to talk with you and take a vote, same way we did last year, trying to go with the majority of the feeling, that we move back to Worthville next year, and then worry next year about where the whole year after that. And if you can't please all the people all the time, maybe you can at least please all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'd like to entertain a motion that we move back to Worthville at the clubhouse next year. If anybody would like to make that motion.
I'll make that motion.
All right, second?
I second.
All right, let's take a vote. Everybody in favor of moving back to Worthville next year, say aye, raise your hand, whatever. All right, all opposed? Okay, okay. All right, let's go again. Everybody in favor, raise your hand. And David, let's do a quick count. All right, raise your hands high.
Everybody raise your hand.
All right, everybody likes to go back to work. Feel like Moses at the battle there. You got a rough count? All right, I got a rough count. All right, everybody opposed, raise your hand. Okay, I think the ayes have it, so we'll move back to Worthville this next year. And please, don't stay at home because we're moving back to Worthville. As I said earlier, the main point is to have the reunion, to get together once a year. And I think where we have it's probably the most irrelevant part of the whole thing. So we'll see you all hopefully back at Worthville next year. And we'll take another vote and they move to Indian Springs year after that. I don't know. We'll just see how things operate next year. I'd like to turn it over to Virgil for a few minutes. He has a few words to say too, and then Aunt Rosemary will say prayer for us.
I think after everybody got here, the ground dried up just a little bit. Everybody's noticing it's kind of raining. Do we have anybody here for the first time? It's good to have you. Roland, would you like to introduce?
My wife, Vivian.
All right, is anybody else here for the first time?
My little granddaughter, Brittany.
The baby.
First time. Any other announcements? Anybody got anything you want to say?
Yeah, they've been before. They were here 2 years ago.
Well, as you know, it's some that was last year that not here this time, and we don't have to call names, but we would like to have a moment's silent prayer for each family represented. We have some that is growing older, and you know, God knows best for our lives. Let's have that moment of silent prayer in this moment of this.
Heavenly Father, we're glad to have every one of us here today. We may say that we've been before, but we're glad to have you, and we're glad to bless you. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. Thank you for the one that has prepared the food for the nourishment of our body. May we all look to you, Lord, for nourishment of our soul. Speak blessings, I ask in your precious and holy name.
Help yourself.
Virgil, I like to ask a question. When was the Smith reunion started? What year?
That's me.
You know?
We'll find out.
You fix my plate.
Something pretty.
No, thank you.
You have the record of your mama count? You know, each reunion, everybody sign them?
No, these come this last time. I had it. I had it.
You have a word better, man. Come on up.
Coming to them when I was little.
I just hadn't had time to speak to you.
Oh, it's busted. It's busted.
Everybody's kind of winding down on the eating. Some of you are not familiar with the park. You hadn't been here before, and there's some sites you might want to walk around and take advantage of this afternoon. The dam, of course, you can see here. This was built as a hydroelectric facility back in the early 1900s. Went bankrupt about 1920, and a paper company bought this whole area, several thousand acres. And in the mid-60s, it was donated en masse to the state of Georgia. For those of us that live around here, remember as kids, you used to literally have to fight your way down to this dam, and all this was grown up in wilderness up to about 15, 20 years ago. Now, the dam you know about, but the falls itself, the term High Falls, is below the road down here. If you walk right around this little dirt paved road, there's a sign that says to the falls, and it's got a walkway built, but you can walk about 100 yards below the bridge here. It's a beautiful falls, one of the most pretty sites that we have in the state of Georgia. It also gives you an idea of why this section of the state is so susceptible to lightning strikes. We are literally sitting on a granite bed over most of this part of Georgia. It also, unfortunately, is being looked at as a nuclear waste disposal site for that same reason. So it's good news and bad news. But anyway, the campground is over to the right. They don't have a beach anymore. They do have a central facility right straight in front of us here, but the campsite's over on the right. And then you have campers and doing that type thing. You might want to come back later for camping. Last thing, Virgil's come up with an idea that he wants to throw out to generate a little more interest in next year's meeting, and one of our main points, of course, is try to get as many people to the reunion as we possibly can each year. I didn't take a count. Virgil counted a little bit earlier before some of you came in. We had 95 at that point, so I think we've done real well. I've gotten over 100, but there's still some folks missing. So, Virgil, I'll let you throw your idea out.
What we've come up with is a challenge to each family. We would like you to get a count of your family members, that would be children, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, how far down you might go. What we're going to do is not going to be a surprise, but the ones that come next year that has the highest percentage of family members present, we will give you a bone picture of Moe and Pat. Not a big one. There'll be 2 of them. If it's a tie, we'll issue 2. But if it's not a tie, we will give the second one to the highest percentage you have there. Okay? Is that okay? You understand? So that's a challenge to everybody. Now, I think my family probably, if you chase it down, got about the most. So I got a real challenge trying to get all of mine here. But maybe we'll do this. We can get a good attendance today, and let's see who can get this next year. Okay?
Some other things we like to do, we are getting more and more youngsters. I think the youngest is about 7 months, but I see some twins sticking their heads around the side and so forth. We're going to try to come up with some ideas next year to keep the kids occupied. Virgil mentioned that he has a family reunion he's involved with each year, where they have a basketball game, a softball game, and this kind of thing. It really turns out well. So if you got any ideas along that line, have some equipment you might can bring next year, please do that. But the younger ones, and I think the older ones will enjoy maybe if not taking part, at least watching. All right, any other general announcements or comments or whatever? The weather's giving us a break. We were really worried all the way up to about 10 o'clock this morning of how the weather was going to treat us, but we have had a break, so we got a good afternoon to enjoy, and hope you all enjoy it and have a safe trip back home. Look forward to seeing you all next year.
That's it. Now get you a piece of my cake before it's all done.
Come on.
Thanks, Pete.
What do you got there, Maxine? You got a sheet on each family?
Yeah, this is the trying to update family records. Kind of handy when you have a death or something.
Okay, yeah.
Did you eat some of my cake?
I'll run you down for a half.
Somebody just give it to me. I asked for it.
You can do it dedication. Steve, just take 2 things. Yeah, I know. Just take 2 things.
Okay. Pretty good.
It was your
What is that cake is that? I didn't get one. I never have been by one of these before.
He's going to have something to show you when he gets up. Look it up for you and show you all that section. Hey there. Look at